Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. Today we're doing just the Advent of Cyber 2022. This is just a Christmas special that they do every year. I believe Sans does one. I know Try Hack Me does one. I'm not sure if Hack the Box has started doing these or not, but anyway, they are a lot of fun, and we're going to cover it today and how you guys can do it and how you can follow along. I'm going to try to do it. Usually, I say this every year, and I get like a couple days into it and then I get behind and whatever, and it's just I always do them, but it's hard to upload a video every single day for 25 days, right? That's very difficult when you have multiple jobs and things. So let's go ahead and hop right into it. If you guys want to, go ahead and hit that sub button. It helps out tremendously. We're almost to 2K. I'm so excited. We're almost there. I want to get to 2K before Christmas, okay? But I will be doing a video on the challenges throughout. I will do a couple of videos. If they're like this one where they're super easy, I may not do a video on all of them, but I want to make sure you guys see them and understand them because they are beginner oriented, and that's what I think is the appeal to them, is people that don't have 10 years experience can hop in here and have some fun. So go ahead and, once again, please guys, I want to get to 2K. Go ahead and sub, and then also check out the Discord. That's where we're having a contest for Security Plus voucher, also ending on Christmas. And then we're also having my Patreon and stuff like that is on there also. So let's go ahead and look into it. So here's the cool part. You get prizes, okay? So I've noticed with Try Hack Me, as they get more popular, they're adding more and more prizes. I like that. Why? Because I think they're giving back a lot to the community, and I think that's awesome. So this year, you notice there's 10 Flipper Zeros, so that wasn't there last year, right? The 5 Raspberry Pis. I can't remember if that was there last year. I know the drone wasn't. The GoPros weren't. I don't think the vouchers were. So there's a lot of prizes. It's really cool. So you can see here in this event, points don't matter, but the number of questions you answer do. So for each question you get correct, you get a raffle ticket. Okay. So they eventually just give you raffle tickets, and then on the 28th, they use everyone's raffle tickets. I really like this process. Why? Because it doesn't give an advantage to someone that has years and years of experience in the industry, because that would be unfair, right? Because we have guys at the top and they're just going to keep getting all the prizes because they beat all the questions the fastest, right? Or we have people with more time. For instance, let's say you go to your families on Christmas, right? You're not going to have the time to sit here and dedicate days to this, whereas someone else might, and that's an advantage that I think isn't fair. So I think this is a great way of doing it, and I think it's really cool. So you can see for learn one subscription, okay, cool. So you can see here, you just got to read this. It gives you kind of information. And one thing I really like too is you can see up here that John Hammond kicks it off every year. He just kicked it off this morning. I think it's awesome. I really like John Hammond. I think he's very professional the way he does things, and I really like his style and format. So check out his video, especially. And I don't know John Hammond, so we're not friends. We're not anything. So I'm not like supporting, or not. I am supporting him, but I'm not like promoting him. I just really like him, so I think you should check him out. So let's go ahead and look into it. So here's a short tutorial. This is how it works, okay? So it starts at beginner level. It stays beginner level, but basically each day you get a new task, and you have to figure it out. So here is, we highly recommend you complete the tutorial room to learn about getting connected. So what this is if you've never used Try Hack Me, this is a perfect way to get into it because it's going to be beginner oriented, and it's also a contest where you can get prizes, and it's just awesome. So what you do here, they're teaching you how to go ahead and connect to their VPN. So you can see breaking any of the following rules will result in the event elimination of the event. So Try Hack Me and the OpenVPN server are off limits to probing, scanning, or exploiting. So what does that mean? It means if you join this and you go outside the scope of what they give you, meaning you try to connect to another site and probe it or do a scan on it or whatever, you're going to get disqualified, right? Because you're trying to hack something that the contest is not for. And they're saying the OpenVPN server and the tryhackme.com domain are part of that off limits. Let's see. Answers to questions are not to be shared unless shown on videos or streams. So you can see that here. We can make videos on this, and I can give answers, but I can't just send you guys answers because that's not fair. Users should only enter the event once, so you can't make 5 or 6 accounts and start entering the event. Users are not to target or attack others. That should be self-explanatory. They're only authorized to hack machines deployed in their rooms they have access to. Perfect. Okay, So here is the social medias. So if you guys don't follow them on LinkedIn, Discord, Twitter, all that stuff. Now, I don't have all this stuff. I don't have Instagram. I don't have Facebook, any of that stuff. So if you don't have this stuff, that's fine. They're not actually checking if you're doing it. They're just saying, go ahead and confirm that you've followed us. It's a way to advertise for them. It helps them grow, and it's just good to follow them. So now, subscribing to TryHackMe for business and Christmas swag. So the Advent of Cyber is completely free. That's the key. It's free. You don't have to pay. You don't have to subscribe. It's awesome. And you can see in Celebration Advent, you can get 20% off personal annual subscriptions. So if you go ahead and do subscribe right now, you get the 20% off. Now, the reason I'm not going to do this is because I already have subscribed. If I redo it now, I waste a couple of months. So you can see if you want to give a TryHackMe VIP subscription, you can purchase vouchers. So I can purchase vouchers. So if I wanted to give you guys the subscription, and I may do a contest in the future where I give a voucher subscription, but we already have a contest going on right now with the Security Plus. So we're not going to do that this time. The Christmas swag. So you can go to the swag store and order Christmas swag for TryHackMe. And I think they actually have some pretty cool stuff in there. I've never actually bought from them, but they do have some cool stuff. Let's see. So for business, that's a different thing. If you guys are looking for the business side of things, a lot of businesses do use TryHackMe to train their professionals. So that's a little bit different but they have that business side too. So here's the cool part too. They put a lot of effort into this, and that's what I really appreciate about it. All exercises in the Advent of Cyber follow a Christmas story. So you can see here, this year, Elf McSkitty needs your help to investigate a serious breach and test all remaining security flaws. Okay, so let's see. Here, let's follow it. What happens? He's coming into work. He's got some hot cocoa there. He works in the SOC. He goes ahead and scans himself in. And oh, crap. What is that? I can't actually tell what it is. It looks like some sort of, I don't know. It looks like a disc or something hiding under there with some eyes. And you can see, boom, he says, security, all hands on deck. We got to figure this out. Oh, instead of ho, ho, ho. That's actually pretty funny. You've been naughty this year, leaving your shop open like that. Okay, so the shop was left open. It's a card. Okay, so it's a bad card. We started with a puzzle. Let's see what more we can do. Uh-oh. Okay, so McSkitty, the gift shop website has been defaced. Okay, so they've defaced the website. We need to find out what happened. Okay, we need to start security testing in other systems immediately. Agreed. It looks like it's up to us to save Christmas again. Okay, so the scenario, here you go. You came into work, you have a Christmas card sitting there, and it says, hey, we started with this puzzle. You need to figure it out. And if you figure it out, it'll tell you who did this. But we're going to see what else we can do. So every day they're going to ramp up what they can do, and we've got to figure that out. Okay. So here they go over some stuff for you guys. Being festival company, someone's trying to stop Christmas this year. Yep. Perfect. McSkitty looked at the puzzle and recognized some of the pieces as the phases of the unified kill chain. Okay, so what they're telling you here is they're going to be following these kill chains, okay, the unified kill chain. That's what they're going to be following. At least that's my guess. I don't know that for sure, but that seems to be what it... Excuse me. Goodness, excuse me. Okay, so it seems like they're going to be following the unified kill chain. Okay, so they give you some information about that, and my guess... This is just a guess because obviously I don't know what's coming out, but they're going to be following that kill chain. So they're giving you kind of the foundations. So they have a couple of questions down there. Who is the adversary that attacked Santa's network? It's the Bandit Yeti. And what's the flag that they left behind? And it's THM. It's a Yeti Christmas. Now, how do we know that? Because we open this site here. Let's go ahead and... Hello, Santa. For years, you've delivered happiness and joy. However, you remained untested, so it's time to test. Let's play a game. Okay, so I know mine looks messed up. You guys won't be able to read these. I'll read them to you, and that's because I have my Google Chrome permanently in dark mode, so if a site can't figure out what it is, it just looks like this. So that's why, just heads up, yours won't look like this. Yours will look much easier to read. Research is part of my ask, finding clues in public sources. Okay, so... research and public sources is what we need to find. So this is the reconnaissance phase. This is the recon button. Okay, you see it and it fits right there in the puzzle. Okay, simple documents I turn into malware. Okay, so simple documents that they turn into malware. Let's see. What can we find? Boom, 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 boom. Okay, weaponization, because when you turn simple documents into malware, you're weaponizing them. And you can see the progress bar goes up. A pizza, parcel, or payload will all have me as an action in common. So that's delivery, because you deliver pizzas, parcels, and payloads. A con is the name of my game, tricking you into believing a false identity. And that's social engineering. We know that. We know that social engineering tries to trick you into believing you're someone that they're not. Okay, weaknesses are my go-to resources. Through them, I make presence felt. So that is going to be exploitation, because exploiting a vulnerability is exploiting a weakness. So hopefully you guys are kind of seeing the vibe here, how this is going to happen, or how this is working. I am set up to let you back into the network after you leave. That's persistence. So persistence allows you to get back into a system when you leave. Deletion of evidence is part of my process. Okay, and that's defense evasion. You don't want to get caught, so you're deleting your tracks. Communication with the compromised host goes through me. That's command and control, or often referred to as C2. So you guys can see, now you go to the next one. So you can see this one's pretty simple, but I want you guys to have fun with this. I think Advent of Cyber is awesome. I think it's a fun thing because it gets new people into cyber that are normally wouldn't try these events because they're afraid it's going to be too difficult, or it's not for them because they don't have the knowledge or the skills, or this. Everybody has the skills. Everybody can compete. Okay, I'm telling you right now, everybody can compete. Just try it. Just try it. If it gets too hard, try and figure out what is going on, and then look up the vulnerability or the whatever's going on, right? You don't have to take everything as a whole and say, this is too complicated for me. You can take them piece by piece and say, okay, the whole picture might be too complicated for me, but I know they use SSH. Let's look up some SSH vulnerabilities, right? And let's just focus on that part right now. And then if we get through the SSH, okay, now what? And then we can look at, privilege escalation. And I mean, it's just piece by piece. They're puzzles. They're not, when you take a puzzle, you don't dump the pieces out and say, oh, this is super overwhelming. And nobody takes the puzzles out and says, got it, and pushes them all down and it fits, right? You do it piece by piece. So that's how to approach these things. So if you get overwhelmed, just remember, piece by piece. Okay, so clues. I am an anchor that lets you go on an adventure and explore. Pivoting. So when you pivot, you're changing directions. You're going to this box, this server, however you want to do it. You're pivoting around. So you're the anchor, and you're pivoting from that anchor. Okay, with me, you can locate new information to expand the attack. So discovery. When you discover new things, you expand your attack surface. Once a pawn, I become a king. That's privilege escalation. So you might be a regular user. Now you've promoted yourself to root or admin user. So now you've escalated your privileges. My payloads are triggered to infect all they come in contact with. Oof. Okay, and that's execution. So that's just the payloads are executing. That's pretty simple. Passwords I collect are the keys to the mainframe. Okay, and that is credential access. I thought that said confidential. Credential access. So that's just getting access to the credentials. That's pretty self-explanatory. Side to side, machine to machine, we hop. And that's lateral movement. So you're going from machine to machine to machine to machine, and you're just going around. Now, the difference between lateral movement and pivoting, because I know I described them kind of similar. Pivoting, you have an anchor, and you're pivoting to here. You're pivoting to here. You're pivoting to here. You're using that anchor point as your pivot, right? You're pivoting. Think about in basketball. When you pivot, you always have one foot planted. You can't move both feet at the same time. Now, lateral movement, you're going from this machine to this machine to this machine to this machine. So the pivot always changes to whatever your anchor point is. Okay, so now clues. In your vault, I am in. Okay, and that is access. And that's, most people keep their passwords in a vault. Not necessarily always, but most people do. Or I shouldn't say most people. Most secure people do. Like a dragon, I gather all valuable loot. Okay, so, collection, because you're collecting all valuable loot like a dragon. Okay, I exported gathered treasures. So now that I've collected these treasures, what do I do with them? And I exfil them, so exfiltration. With me, your reputation goes tumbling down. Impact. So this is huge. When you get attacked as a company or something, your reputation goes down, and it's very big business impact. Goals set, goals attained, I win. These are your objectives. And boom, we finish, and there you go. You've got the flag. It's a Yeti Christmas, and there's the culprit behind it, the Bandit Yeti. So there's your answers, guys. And I know that seems, for some of you, super simple, and then some of you might go, that's interesting. I didn't know that. both people should do this because number one, it's a refresher for people that think this is super easy because people forget some of these steps. For two, this is going to build. And so today's day 1, tomorrow's day 2, day 3, etc., etc., etc. And it's going to keep building up to the final box. And guess what? The more questions you answer, the more chances you have to win the prizes. Now, like I said, I'm going to try to keep doing these, but I can't promise I'm going to be able to do them every day. So maybe some days I'll do 2 or 3. Maybe I won't be able to do them all, within the time frame because 25 boxes in 25 days is pretty intense. And when I say that, it's because most of us have jobs, most of us have families, most of us, you can't just always do it. So if you don't see me upload, just know that I'm trying, right? I'm not perfect like anybody else. So hopefully this isn't my full-time job. So hopefully I can get as many boxes as I can through this, but I'm not promising that I'm going to do every one every day. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. Hopefully you guys subscribe. Hopefully you guys join the Discord, and hopefully you guys try this yourself. Thanks, guys.